Hi, my name is Cyprian McFarlane. I'm a recruiting specialist with College Prospects of America. Today is Wednesday, September 10th, and today is my 8th edition of Tips from the Cypster, my weekly video blog with regards to athletic recruiting. The moral of the story or my video blog today is first come, first serve. Let me tell you a story and then I'm going to relate it to athletic recruiting. There was a big neon sign outside a flower shop near my house for weeks, and the sign said, Wednesday, September 10th, 1 dozen free roses. So I was gearing up to go on Wednesday, September 10th to get a dozen free roses for my wife. So what happened? I went there at 3 o'clock, and at 3 o'clock there was a sign on the window. And what did the sign say? All the free roses were sold out. I said, what? Sold out? But it's only 3 o'clock, and the store doesn't close until 6. How could they possibly be sold out? I kicked myself because you know what? I should have woke up early and I should have went to the store at 9 o'clock and I should have gotten those roses. What did I do? I assumed a couple things. One, that if I went at 3 o'clock there would still be roses because they don't close until 6, right? And the second thing I figured, well, they're going to have lots and lots and lots of roses, so everybody that comes in is going to be able to get roses. Now, how does my story tie into athletic recruiting? Well, the first thing is that I saw the sign. Parents and athletes are well aware that there are scholarships in the United States available, right? But what do? Do they go at 9 o'clock? Do they start early in grade 8 or grade 9, getting their video together, getting their resume, getting their name out to college coaches? No. What do? Like me, they wait until 3 o'clock to go, right? And the thing is that there were no more roses left, or in certain situations, there's no more scholarship money available. As I've said many times before, how it works is that in the U.S., the schools are going to be graduating a certain amount of athletes every single year, right? The amount of athletes graduating determines how much scholarship money is available in that particular year. So it's not rocket science. They know that a certain amount of athletes are going to graduate in this particular year. These are the positions that they play if it's a team sport, and we're going to be looking to replace those positional players. But they're not waiting until the last minute to replace these players. They're going to try to look for talent as early as possible. So the thing is, or it's said that if you're not being actively recruited, for two reasons. One, you're not good enough, or two, because college coaches don't know about you. So the thing is that in order to get those roses, I had to be at the store at the particular time when they still had roses available. And the thing is, the same thing with you, is that you have to be on their depth chart or on their radar at that particular time when those dollars are going to be allocated. So in certain situations, right, it's a first come, first served, right? If these college coaches don't know about you, how can they recruit you? How can you be in consideration when it comes to time for the allocation of those scholarship dollars? The next mistake I made was that I went at 3 o'clock, right? I didn't go at 6 o'clock just before closing time, and I assumed that they still would have had roses left. And that is one of the mistakes that we make here as well, right? The thing is that once they are done with the allocation of dollars for that particular year, they move on to the next year. So even though that you might be talented enough to go to that school, right? These U.S. coaches know that unless they have a scholarship dollars available and an offer to offer an Ontario athlete, they're probably not going to get them because our kids don't go south of the border unless there's a scholarship available or money on the table. So I deal with athletes a lot of times, but I'm really interested in that school. I really want to go. I said, well, that school's not an option, right? Because they're done for. What do you mean they're done? Well, they're not done recruiting, but their scholarship money is done. So they have moved on to the next year. So these kids are disappointed because what? They weren't in the race at that particular time. The last thing is that we make bad decisions about is that we figure that the scholarship money is unlimited. Just like I thought that, it's only 3 o'clock, they might still have roses left, and they don't. And I was disappointed. And that's how a lot of athletes are disappointed as well, right? Is that they think that the scholarship money is unlimited, and it's not. Every year, like I said, there's only a certain amount of dollars available. And in order to be able to be in the mix or be in consideration at that time, you have to be on their radar. So, don't be like me, right? You know that the sign is there, that you know their offers available, right? What are you doing to get in the mix early, right? Are you starting as soon as you can in grade 9, or are you waiting till 3 o'clock and potentially be disappointed, right? Are you thinking that the money is unlimited when it's not? Because I've tried to explain now, right, how the allocation of dollars happens. So, start early, get your name out there to college coaches. Don't assume that money is going to be available when you get on the radar. The earlier you get on the radar, the better. And remember, with U.S. athletic scholarships, a lot of times it's first come, first served. My name is Cyprian McFarlane, and I'm a recruiting specialist with College Prospects of America. I hope that you found this video entertaining and insightful and educational. My website is www.cpoarecruit.com, and my number is 647-668-5191. Have a great week, and I'll see you next week.